We've always made things interesting, you know, and you know, I told the guys, you know, it was a gutsy effort. It really was, but I'm not one bit surprised with the outcome. You know, that seems to be the way we've done it, and you know, you don't get to this point if you don't have character in your locker room, and you don't get to this point if you don't have resiliency in your locker room, and you don't get to this point if you can't deal with adversity. I mean, we've got a group that can handle pretty much anything. Shoot away.
Well, special teams got all the scoring done during regulation tonight. How big was that for you guys?
Well, it would have been especially big if we could have just snuck out of there with a 3-2 win, you know. But you know, you just never know which group is going to get it done for us. You know, sometimes it's the power play. We've stepped it up a little bit with scoring a few shorthanded goals. You know, some nights it's a line, some nights it's a defenseman. I mean, with this group, it doesn't. You just don't know. There's no consistency to what we do, except for everybody contributes.
How good did it feel at the end when the whole crowd just sort of stood up?
I'm so glad that we didn't let that get away from us. You know, I mean, everybody was here to see us win, and even though it took a little bit of extra time, they got to see it, and it probably was maybe a little bit more enjoyable for them in overtime than if we'd won it in 60 minutes. My preference would have been 60 minutes. Not going to lie to you.
You came off the ice at the end of the third, shaking your head just a little bit, but obviously coming off the ice after overtime and obviously smiling a little bit more.
Well, I'm shaking my head just because they're human. You know, they're human. You know, they do things sometimes that they haven't done for months, and they know better, and then all of a sudden they do it. You know, so you know, it is what it is. You know, the day we start playing the game with computers, those things won't happen. But you know, that's all. I was just a little bit, I don't know if frustrated wasn't the right word. I was just a little bit disappointed that, you know, we had it in our grasp, and, you know, we had to work overtime to get it. So
you said winning Game 4 was going to be tough. How
yeah,
hard was this?
I thought it was their best effort. You know, I thought they were very resilient. I mean, obviously they're down 2-0. They didn't quit. They come back, they tie it up. Then we go up 3-2, and they took some penalties in the third, and you know, they just didn't go away. And then it was a mistake on our part that led to their tying goal late in the game, and even in the overtime. I mean, they were working hard, and it took just a simple little face-off win on our part, and a great shot by Kels to get it done. So
you were able to come out of here with the sweep, and Houston unable to do that. So at least that series is going. Another one, so it must be nice to have a little.
It buys us some time, because otherwise it was going to start on Saturday. So we would have been traveling tomorrow, and you know, honestly, it's just you know, any little extra break that you can get at this time of the year is beneficial. So it's a good thing. You know, I mean, and there's no guarantee that Houston's going to get through that. I mean, you just never know. Hamilton is a very good team at home, and if they win the next one, that means it's going at least 6, and you know, Hamilton's a good team. We've come back from behind in series before. Other teams can do it too. But you know, for me, it's not about even having teams beat up on one another, or who do we have a preference to play. For me, my preference is just to get a little extra time. You know.
You guys have talked about the roller coaster of the playoffs, from facing a penalty shot in Game 6 of the first round series to advancing to the finals now. It's
amazing. I was talking to my wife today, just you know, thinking, you know, how close we came to not being here, and you know, it took 4 overtime games to get here. It took a penalty shot in an overtime game to stay alive. It's just sometimes it's funny how things work, you know, and you know, we are a little bit lucky, I guess, to still be standing, because we could have easily got out in that first round. But again, the resiliency and the character and everything else is probably why we're still standing.
How fitting was it that it was Ryan Keller in that line that really, you know, got the game winner?
Yeah, I mean, Kels, he's been a great captain. He really has, and every coach needs a great captain, and we've got one in Kels. And not only is he responsible and, you know, effective on the ice, he's every bit that in the locker room. I mean, he's just a solid citizen.
You've said all season too, don't get too high, too low. Can you allow yourself to get kind of high right now?
No, it's not my nature, you know, right? Joy, you've been around me all year. I'm excited on the inside, and I smile a lot, and you know, I'm really excited. I guess I just don't show it, maybe. But yeah, I mean, to be here, to be in the finals, I mean, it's good for us, and I think it's good for Binghamton. I think it's good for our fans. I mean, they are very passionate, And it wouldn't be the same if we were playing in front of a lot of empty seats. You know, it's so fun to be playing in front of, you know, that crowd. That's a great crowd, and they're passionate. They know their hockey, and I'm happy for them just as much as I'm happy for us.
You thought about home ice, not a big issue, but that seemed to be the factor.
Yeah, the fans certainly help. But I got to tell you, once, excuse me, once they drop the puck, the noise is there, but the guys are so focused that, you know, it's there, but it's not really there. But, you know, there's no question. I mean, it's fun to be there and know that, you know, those are, it's like having a pretty girlfriend, I guess, or a beautiful wife. You know, you're there, that's our crowd. It's a good feeling.
And you guys, you said, you know, sometimes you make mistakes that, you know, you otherwise shouldn't probably, but as a general rule, do you think you're playing your best hockey right now?
Oh, I do. I do, and I said right from the start, the biggest challenge for us would be to get through the first round. And I felt like if we were to do that, we were just going to keep getting better, not just every round, but every game. And I think we're firing on all cylinders right now. You know, I mean, we've got a lot of work to do still, because it doesn't matter if it's Houston or if it's Hamilton. I mean, it's going to be a really tough opponent. So, you know, we'll enjoy this. The guys can feel good about themselves for a few days, and then we'll bring them back and get them refocused and start getting ready for the finals.
Can you reflect a little bit on the last 2 years for yourself and what you've gone through with what you did before you even got to here, and now where you're going to be in a few days?
Well, you know, yeah, I mean, last year was a great year. In fact, Justin Falk, number 3 out there, was one of my players, and you know, it was an experience that just kind of came my way, and it was a 1-year commitment, and I really enjoyed it. But you know, we won the gold medal at the World, but I mean, it took me all. You know, I thought about it, but I realized that pro is really what I wanted to do. You know, as much as there's a lot of satisfaction in what I did, and you know, because you get an opportunity to mold those younger players, not just as hockey players, but as people, and there's a lot of satisfaction in that. But at the end of the day, I've been in pro hockey for most of my coaching career, and it was just something that I wanted to get back to. So, you know, to have accomplished that, and then to kind of take a step back with no safety net, really. You know, when I resigned, I had nothing going my way, and then this opportunity just came around, and it's been a real nice one for me. I've really enjoyed it. You know, like I didn't have any kind of a relationship with Ottawa at all. I'd never met Brian Murray or Tim. You know, so it's really been a lot of fun. You know, I've enjoyed it. Yeah, yeah.